Thank you. You can open your eyes. Let's do an experiment today. Let's keep this music played in class and let's run the class. तपाईँले घरमा नै गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ बिहान उठेर यसले धेरै राम्रो फिल दिन्छ तपाईँको इनर्जीलाई फ्रेस गर्छ गुड फिलिङ क्रिएट गर्छ बिहान बिहानै इफेक्ट छ कतिजनाले ध्यान गरेर गर्न सक्छ मेडिसिन गर्ने मान्छे जान्छ हाम्रो बिजी लाइफ हुन्छ एक्टिभ हुन्छ बिहान बिहानै तपाईँले 5 मिनट मात्रै पनि बिहान गर्नुभयो भने तपाईँले होल डे सबभन्दा बढी चेन्ज फिल हुने भनेको बिहान तपाईँ उठेर 10 मिनट एक्सर्साइज गर्नुभयो भने त्यही दिन त्यसको चेन्ज फिल गर्नुहुन्छ होल डे फिलिङ हुन्छ बोडीले थाहा हुन्छ तपाईँ ट्राई गरेर हेर्नुहुन्छ कुनै दिन बिहान उठेर 10 मिनट फिजिकल एक्सर्साइज पसिना आउने गरी जसमा पसिना 3 मिनट आएपछि 2 मिनट पसिना आउनु सुरु गर्छ तर 10 मिनट स्वेट आउने गरी एक्सर्साइज गर्नुहोस् र त्यही दिन तपाईँले दिनभरि त्यो फिल गर्नुहुन्छ बडीमा लाइट हुन्छ इनर्जाइज हुन्छ बडी तपाईँको मेन्टली पनि तपाईँलाई राम्रो फिल हुन्छ त्यही माथि तपाईँले ध्यान पनि गर्नुभयो भने तपाईँको सबभन्दा बढी वरी स्ट्रेस यस्तो कुराहरूमा फाइदा गर्छ लेट्स मुभ अहेड So nice, we started our class today with meditation. I'll call someone to be here, remind us what we studied in previous class, roll number 11. Who is 11? 21.
21.
La. I'll take a 10th topic with Dori report. Okay. Loudly, you can remove the mask, the voice will be clearly recorded. Just read what we did last time and listen carefully.
In the previous class, we learned about the concept of the allegory of the cave in detail. At first, we went through about the meaning of philosophy, which is related with human experience and knowledge. We also knew about the great philosopher Plato, who was the student of Socrates and teacher of Aristotle. Plato's topics are metaphysics, ethics, political and aesthetics. The teacher showed us the slides about the Socratic method, which means teaching and learning through the interaction between teacher and students. We learned about Plato's theory of reality and sense, and we learned about the meaning of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis by some examples.
Okay, thank you so much. Someone tell me what was the last idea we were discussing when we left the class? What was the last slide, last idea? The concept of? The concept of? Okay, philosopher king. It's a theoretical thing, philosopher king. So last time we were discussing the idea of the philosopher king in class, and I will try to pick up from where we had left. And as we agreed, we'll keep our music playing as we run the class. Okay. So we were talking about the concept of philosopher king, okay? I'll just pick up from this. So, a philosopher king is an ideal ruler. An ideal ruler may have two qualities. Such a ruler is very good ruler. He does nothing bad. Second, such a ruler provides justice to people. Because to have an ideal society, we need two things. there should be goodness in society. And there should be justice in society. If there is evil in society, and if there is no justice, the society will be bad. Right? And Plato wanted to create a good society. Right? So a ruler, if the ruler is good, he won't take bribery. If the ruler is good, he won't misuse his power. If the ruler is good, he won't misuse his office and chair. There will be good rule. Then what we need? Look, of a just state. What is a just state? A just state, the word just, justice. A just state is that society where the state power is not misused to torture people. Where state power is not misused to cause violence against the people. Right? Just state. Should be a person who has both political skill and philosophical knowledge. These are two words. Such a philosopher king has two qualities. He has political skill. तिम्रो लाइफमा कहिले पनि पोलिटिक्स बारे राम्रो कुरा पढ्न मन लाग्यो भने मन लाग्छ नि कसो कुरा पढ्ने भन्यो भने एउटा नाम भन्छु उसको कुरा खोजेर पढ्नु किताबहरू Machiavelli is a political thinker, political writer. Political science पढायो भने नाम पनि आउँछ त्यहाँ. Machiavelli wrote about politicians, and if you want to find something good to read, just Google and write, just type what are the books written by Machiavelli. You will either list and choose one and read. Okay. So a good ruler has good political knowledge and philosophical knowledge. Once he has political knowledge, he will know how to rule. Once he has philosophical knowledge, he will be good and just. So a good ruler is combination of political knowledge and philosophical knowledge. Then Plato argued that only a philosopher can have access to the forms of goodness. Look, what do you mean by forms of goodness? When you say forms of goodness, this object may be good. It's good. We can use in the class to turn on the projector. Fine. Now, if I believe in this object, I might be greedy and I might try to get it. But if yes. What happened? Oh, I pressed something, right? I don't know how to correct it. Somebody do it. Okay. So if I believe in the material reality, I will go for it. And I will do anything to get it. But if I believe that this material object is not real, the concept or the idea is real, I will not go after this object. That's the point. And if I do not run after this object, what will happen? I'll be good and I'll be just. All problems in society start when people have a desire for things. All problems start when people have desire for things. हामीले 11 क्लासमा पढाउँदा के पढाएको थियो? इकोनोमिक्स पढायो. दुईटा लाइनमा चाहिँ यस्तो इकोनोमिक्स पढाइदियो कि लाइफै त्यसले बनाउँछ. के सिकायो? इकोनोमिक्स सुरु हेर्नुस्. ठ्याक्कै पोइम याद आउँदैन त अर्थ के थियो भन्दाखेरि God give me only that much wealth so that I don't go hungry and I can feed my guest. मलाई बिहान बेलुका खाना पुग्ने र घरमा आउने पाहुनालाई यसो खुवाउन पुग्ने भए पुग्छ त्योभन्दा बढी सम्पत्ति नदिनु. कस्तो इकोनोमिक्स होला? Do not get more than you need भने हो नि. Do not hoard more than you need. तिमीलाई चाहिने भन्दा बढी सम्पत्ति नजोड भने हो नि. अहिले हामी के गर्छौँ? 7 पुस्तालाई पुग्ने जोड्छौँ नि, अरबौं जोड्छौँ नि. ट्रबल त त्यहाँ भइरहेछ नि. Look at the point here, right? Which are the ultimate principles of reality and morality? So, what is the ultimate principles of reality and morality? Goodness and justice. Therefore, only a philosopher can govern wisely. Now, this is an argument. You can reject, you can disagree with Plato, but Plato says that only a philosopher can govern wisely and fairly. But sometimes I feel that philosophers cannot govern fairly and wisely today, because society is not like Plato's time. Today's society is very diplomatic. Today's society is very evil. Citizens are bad. So how can you rule bad people in an honest way? To rule bad, you have to be evil. I feel so today. Look, today's politics. One leader wants to destroy another leader. There is no honesty. Okay, for the benefit of all. Look, ruling for benefit of all. Do our politicians rule for all today? No. They rule for their cadre, their party members. Right? If Congress is in power and you are not Congress, you won't get benefit. For example, people think so, right? Plato also described the qualities and education that a philosopher king should have, such as truthfulness, temper. What is temperance? Temperance is, if you have good temperance, you are not easily lured by attractions. You can easily, you have good control over your desires. You have this song, In the Night, No Control. Have you heard this song?
No, sir.
No? It's a Bollywood song. It's a Bollywood song. It's an English song also, I guess. I guess it's English song. I have heard this song. But I think, yes, but I think when the song says, In the Night, No Control, what does it mean? It is, the speaker is not able to control their impulses, their desires, right? And when you can't control your impulses, when you can't control your desires, all the problems start. All the problems start. Most of the problems start when we can't control our desires and impulses, right? And a good ruler, he has temperance. He can easily control his greed. He can control his jealousy. He can control his envy. He can control his fear. He can control his sex drive. He can control his other emotions. Last year we read about emotional intelligence, right? You remember? And we read that emotional intelligence is more important for success in life than IQ. A good ruler has emotional intelligence, courage, and love of. So mostly we get a question in the examination in short answer, write what a philosopher king is and why he is a good king, good ruler. So that's all. Okay, then we have, now what I'm doing, this is the text in your course, I'm simply showing you, but I will focus on a word on this in this text. For example, here is the word nature. Let's talk quickly what is nature. So, nature is a very important word in Plato's philosophy, and you should try to understand this thing. The word nature is very significant. So what does nature mean? The nature means the essence of reality of things. For example, okay, I have this key in my hand, right? By chance I got this key. The nature of this key is opening the locks. Opening the locks. And if this key fails to open a lock, this becomes useless. This becomes useless. This means nature is what something is meant to serve for. What something is meant to serve for. For example, kindness is the nature of human being. Kindness is nature of human being. Love of humanity is nature of human being. Right? So what is nature? The essence or reality of things which can only be known by reason and not by the senses. The key thing to understand here is that what Plato argued is that reality is essence. Reality is essence. For example, look at me. You see your teacher English is standing here on camera. this English teacher Plato would say is not real. Because this teacher is made of flesh, bone, blood. You can see me only through five senses, right? But there is something in me that you can never see. There is something in everybody that you can't see with the eyes. Just imagine I die. Just imagine I die. I will collapse, right? So if I collapse, something people say leaves my body. Prana they call. What do they call? Prana. Right? Life energy. Can you see that life energy with your bare eyes in me now? You have a feeling, Divakar sir, you are not dead, you are alive because you are talking vibrantly with us. I agree. But if I say, show me my life, here is life, can you say? No. So that essence, that life cannot be seen by five senses. The essence cannot be known by senses. How can you know the essence? You can know the essence only through reasoning. Only through reasoning. Keep in mind, Plato says that material reality can be seen, known by senses. But the essence of reality can never be known, can never be seen by our five senses. It can be known only through reasoning. Do not copy, understand. I will mail the slides in your group. I have mailed, I guess. I have already mailed. So in class, try to understand. Okay. Nature is also the source of order and harmony in the world. Have you seen nature outside? There is one essay, beautiful essay you might love to read. I'll recommend. The essay is What is there in the Jew? In a Jew. What is there in a Jew? This essay has been written by Marian Moore, Marrianne, Marian Moore. And in this essay, Marian Moore discusses all animals in the Jew, and she discusses design and pattern in nature. And she tells how science can learn a lot from nature. For example, have you seen the body of the animals in the water is designed to fit that environment. Those who fly, they have been given wings. Right? Look, there are, what do you call this hair? I don't know the English word for that. Eyelashes. God gave us eyelashes because God knew dust particles might get in our eyes. God gave us hair in the nostril because God knew dirt might enter in the body. Have you seen? Everything in our body is logically built. It has a purpose. Everything in the body has a purpose. Everything in the nature has a purpose. A lion is spotted. It has spots. A tiger has spots. Why? For camouflage. For camouflage, to hide. So the point is, look here. Second meaning of nature is, what do you call Nepali? That nature is second meaning. What do you call Nepali? What do you call nature in Nepali? What do you call nature in Nepali? Prakriti. What do you call? Prakriti. Sorry for this Nepali translation. Right? And the point is, Prakriti has a design. Prakriti has a design. When Plato says that he wants to show how far our nature is enlightened or unenlightened, he means that he wants to illustrate how much we are able to grasp the true nature of things, or how much we are deceived by appearance and opinion. Okay, the point is, see, third meaning of nature is, there is truth, right? The question is, how far we can know the truth and how far we cannot know the his argument is that we cannot know truth completely if we depend only on our senses. We cannot know the truth completely if we depend only on our senses. We must go beyond the senses and apply wisdom. Understanding, reasoning. Wisdom, understanding, reasoning. Is that sound disturbing us?
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, the central idea of the above previous paragraph is that most people are like prisoners in a cave who only see shadows of reality and are unaware of the true nature of. Look, the prisoners you saw earlier, when they saw the shadows, they thought that the shadows were. Is this real? No, it is coming from here. This text on the screen, what you see on the screen, is this real? No, this is just caused by the projector. This text is not real. It has been caused by that projector, and that projector is connected to the laptop. You see? So the reality is on the laptop screen. It's a laptop screen, and that is projected by the projector, but we falsely think that this is real. Right? So prisoners, many people, social media, right? Often we believe what the media says, and later we realize that, oh, we were wrong. So we think social media is right, correct, truth. But the truth is, social media is mostly false, right? Okay. If you have any questions, you keep asking us. So we have the world of appearance and the world of forms. Look right here. Look here. The world of appearance and the world of forms. The world of appearance is false. The world of appearance is false. Whereas the world of forms is true. What do you mean by world of forms? The world of idea. The world of idea. For Plato, ideas are true, appearances are false. Okay. Then, okay, let's talk quickly various themes in this dialogue. Here we have a list. There is a question in the examination asked for you. What are the various themes in Plato's Allegory of the Cave? So the first theme is nature and limits of human perception and knowledge. First theme is the idea of nature and limits of human knowledge. Human knowledge is often limited because human knowledge depends on sensory perception. What perception? Sensory, five senses. Even if you dip this marker in a water full of glass full of water, you will see that the portion which is in the water will look slightly curved than the portion outside water. Have you seen?
Yes.
In science, you do this exercise. You put pencil in water, then the portion in the water looks crooked. Have you seen? Whereas we know that it's not crooked, our eyes are easily deceived. Do you know mirage? M-I-R-A-G-E. What is a mirage? When you walk in desert, then at a distance, the sand particles reflect light. And you have false notion that there is water. There is water. Looks like water, but there is no water. The further you walk, the further the mirage moves, and we get deceived. So I gave 2 examples to show you how our eyes are not reliable. Now when you see a mirage, use reasoning. Now you need reasoning. You should understand, oh, that there is dust particle, there is sunlight, and the sunlight is causing reflection, and this what looks like water is not water, it's just reflection of the sun's light in the sand particles. If you reason like this, now you know the truth. So what is Plato's point? Just sensory perception is not enough to arrive at truth. We need to apply reasoning. We need to apply reasoning. Yes, without senses we can't begin. Be very careful. Plato does not mean that we don't need senses. We need senses. But his argument is senses are not enough. We have to take support of reasoning. Take support of reasoning. In Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks about senses, right? And then he says that we need Viveka and Buddhi. What are the words he uses? Vivek and Buddhi, wisdom. Okay. Then second theme is the difference between appearance and reality. Plato says that this world is appearance. This world is appearance. The universal ideas are real. Then third theme is importance of philosophical reasoning. Plato says that you can arrive at truth only through philosophical reasoning. And understand, what is philosophy? The word philosophy means love of wisdom. What does it mean? And another you will see, philosophy is self-critical. What did I say? Self-critical. It criticizes itself. It uses critical thinking. It uses reflection. It uses reasoning. Right? Philosophy does not take things for granted. It verifies. Then, the process and challenges of education and enlightenment. Look, you ask a question, Divakar sir, what kind of education is better education? Plato would say, philosophical education is better education. Why? Why? Simple answer is, when you give someone philosophical education, they have no interest in the worldly things. Once they have no desire for material things, they'll be honest. They'll be honest. Because they don't have desire for possessions. हामीलाई यो भौतिक संसारको कुरा चाहिएर हामी किन भ्रष्ट हुन्छौँ? हामी किन भ्रष्ट हुन्छौँ? हामीलाई यो भौतिक संसारका सामान चाहिएर नि त, सुन चाहियो, चाँदी चाहियो, गाडी चाहियो, पैसा चाहियो. यदि हाम्रो मनमा चाहिँ भौतिक कुराहरुमा केही छैन भन्ने भयो भने हामी ग्रीडी हुन्छौँ त्यसपछि? हुँदैनौँ नि. फिलोसफीले के सिकाउँछ? भौतिक संसार सत्य होइन, आत्मिक संसार सत्य सिकाउँछ. अनि यस्तो विश्वास गर्ने मान्छेले ग्रीड गर्दैन, लोभ गर्दैन, हैन, र भ्रष्टाचार गर्दैन. सेकेन्ड कुरा, फिलोसफी टिचेस यु रिजनिङ, critical thinking, reflection, right? And when you use critical thinking, when you use reflection, when you use reasoning, you have better understanding of things. That's the thing. Then fourth is the relationship between individual and society. See, Plato argued that society is more important than the individual. हिजो मात्रै मैले रजनीशको भिडियो हेर्दै थिएँ. कसले के भन्छ? The society will never want you to be a wise man, भन्छ रजनीशले. किन? If you are a wise man, the society can't control you. Rajneesh says so. So I found that Rajneesh goes against Plato. But Plato would say that an individual should serve the purpose of society. Individual should serve the purpose of society. You are born for the nation. You are born for the society. And you should do what is needed for the society. What is needed for the country. You should not be allowed to do what you want. Do you like that idea? Probably not. So in modern time, those of us who believe in democracy might be unhappy with Plato's idea that individuals are not important, society is more important. And Plato made a plan to educate every individual in such a way that they serve our society. Okay, then last point, the responsibility of the philosopher to guide others to. Did you see the allegory? The prisoner who walked out of the cave and saw the sun, moon and the stars and the sky and the lake, water, and became aware about the truth. He comes back. Do you see? He comes back. And he tries to convince his friends not to believe these shadows. But do you see? The friends are not willing to change their idea. They say, no, this is true, that is wrong. And they decide to punish him because he can't count the shadows correctly as he has just come in the darkness from the light. So what is wrong? Look, philosophers are teachers, teachers are philosophers. Why am I standing here? Why did your college trust me? Because the college thinks that I can guide you. The college thinks I can guide you. So the college pays me some money to come here and tell you better things and help you to move ahead. In the same way, philosophers are learned people, scholarly people, they have better understanding of the truth. Therefore, their responsibility is to guide other people in society. Will you make a visually impaired person your leader? Will you like to make a visually impaired person your leader?
So suppose I say, you are going somewhere, and at the front there is a blind fellow walking and leading you. Will you choose a blind fellow your leader? Sorry for the word blind, I should not use the word blind, I should use the word visually impaired. The word blind is politically incorrect. You should not say someone blind. Never call someone blind. Call them differently abled. What do we call? Differently abled. Never say lame person. Say differently abled. Okay? Don't say blind. What did I teach you? Do not use the word blind. What should I say? Differently abled. Right? In Sanskrit they call Dibyanjan, having divine eye. Blind people are those people who have divine eye. The physical eyes are gone, but the spiritual eyes, there. Okay. That's all about. And please understand, it's an important question for exam also. They often ask you. Okay. Now we move to paragraph 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'll quickly move, but I'm simply showing you the paragraph for a reference, and I'll discuss where I get important point. Okay. Here now I will discuss, here's the word, being. What is the word? Being. In Plato's philosophy, there are two words very important you should keep in mind. Where's the duster? I'm sorry, I might sound serious in class, I might sound dull and boring, but please bear it. There is no solution. There is no other way. We are learning something very serious. See, let's draw the line. And Plato talks about the world of becoming. The world of becoming. And the world of being. Okay? We are in the world of becoming. This world of becoming is sensory world. What word? Sensory world. And this world of being is ideal world. Let's read and see what's given there. Let's read. Okay. And next slide, not this one. Okay. According to Plato's philosophy, being refers to the true essence or reality of things that cannot be known by senses. The essence cannot be known by senses. The true reality can be only through reasoning. Okay. So what does being mean? True reality. What does being mean? True reality. Which is now, the being is eternal, the being is unchanging, the being is intelligible by reason. Being is also, now look, like here being, three things. Eternal, unchanging and intelligible only by reason. Being, I think, it is eternal, it is unchanging, it can be known only by reasoning. Okay? I wish I could hire a camera person who could take better pictures of my class, and then if I upload on YouTube, people will see it easily. Okay. Then being is also contrary with becoming, as wrote down there. Now how is becoming? The realm of the change. This is, look, I'm anti-changing. Last time I was watching 2016 video of LA college. I was younger then, 7 years before. And now I see I'm growing older. Aren't you changing? Were you same in class 10 and 9? 8? No. When you pass BBA, you will have more changes in body. Body changes. Body, the soul does not change. The soul does not change. So becoming change, appearance and opinion. Now in the allegory, being is represented by the sun. Look, in the allegory, what does represent being? The sun. The prisoner goes out and looks at the sun and understands that sun is causing all the shadows. Sun is causing all the shadows. So the source of shadows is sun. Okay. Now, which are the sources of light and truth? Becoming is represented by the fire and the shadows inside the cave. In the cave there is a fire. People are walking and the fire is causing shadow on the wall. So the fire symbolizes becoming. The sun symbolizes being. Right? Because the fire might change, might die away. But the sun never dies away. Have you seen, though the sun sets down, but do you think sun is gone? No. Just the earth is revolving. Sun is always there, right? Then, okay. Which are deceptive and illusory. When Socrates says that he wants to show how far our nature is approaching being or becoming, he means that he wants to illustrate how much we are able to grasp the true reality of how much we are deceived by appearance and opinion. We are here. We are here. Plato wants us to reach here. We are here because we depend on senses. We'll reach here if we depend on reason and wisdom. Okay. Then I'll move quickly and I'll only show you. Okay. What does upper world mean in the dialogue? Because time and again Plato uses the word upper world. Have you seen? The prisoners climb up to the door of the cave. The cave is at a lower altitude and they climb up. Have you seen our culture? The word up is always positive. When they bless you, they say, Mathi, Mathi, Pugnu. Have you heard? Do they ever bless you? Tala, Tala, Janu. Do they ever bless you like that? In Dasai or any festival, do they say, La, Nati, Nati, na, Tala, Tala, Janu? They will never say. They'll always say, Mathi, Mathi, Uklino. The word Mathi is always positive in culture. Have you seen? And the word Tala is negative. The same is here. When the prisoner climbs upward steps towards the door of the cave, this symbolically tells our process of education. You were in class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. यस्तो हुन्छ पहिला सुरुमा चाहिँ मास्टर्समा भर्ना हुने बच्चाले के भर्ना गर्ने मास्टर्समा बच्चाले के भर्ना गर्ने मास्टर्समा अनि त्यसलाई 2 वर्ष पढाएपछि ब्याचलर्समा ल्याउने 4 वर्ष पढाएपछि प्लस 2 मा ल्याउने 2 वर्ष पढाएपछि 10 यस्तो हुन्छ हुँदैन नि लुक our education is hierarchical मा जान्छ नि राइट so upward movement is always it symbolizes enlightenment it symbolizes मलाई असम्म लाग्छ किन हाम्रो कल्चरमा चाहिँ डाउनवर्ड देखाउँदैन किन अपवर्ड देखाउँछ तिमी कुनै पनि पहाडमा चढ्यो भने माथि पुगेपछि ब्रड भ्यू देखिन्छ नि तल आयो भने न्यारो भ्यू देखिन्छ नि have you do you realize this thing
yes
you may do a research किन यस्तो हाम्रो कल्चरमा चाहिँ हाइटलाई बढी मानिन्छ टल मान्छे छ बढी अट्र्याक्सन पाउँछ उसले have you seen right okay so it represents the intelligible world or the world of essential forms in which things exist in their perfect unalterable forms. The upper world is the source of knowledge and enlightenment. Now upper world is spiritual, ideal. Contrasted to upper world is lower world. The lower world is the world of senses. Upper world is the world of reasoning. Okay, what do the shadows represent? Now in this dialogue, you see shadows, right? So they represent false vision of reality. They represent illusion created by the object. Look, here, as I move my hands, the hands are real, the shadows are not real. The shadows are illusions created by my hands. And this shadow is caused by the fire. So the fire is more real than the shadows. So what do the shadows represent? They represent false vision of reality and illusion, right? The prisoners mistake the shadows for true forms of things. That's the problem, right? And they symbolize what? Ignorance and deception. त्यस्तो हो के तिमीले चाहिँ 5-6 तोला सुनको गहना लगाएको छौ भने तिमीलाई प्राइड फिल हुन्छ नि। आहा मैले 7 लाखको गहना अहिले त 1 तोलाको 1 लाख विचार पर्छ। 5 तोलाको सुन लगायो भने 10 लाख बराबर हुन्छ, त्यो 8-9 लाख हुन्छ। तिमीले 9 लाखको माला लगायो भने तिमीलाई प्राइड हुन्छ कि आहा। प्लेटोले के भन्छ, द्याट माला, त्यो सुन इज नट ट्रु। इफ यु बिलिभ कि त्यो सुन ट्रुथ होइन, देन यु वोन्ट बिलिभ इन प्रपर्टी। र प्रपर्टीमा बिलिभ गरेर के हुन्छ, यु वोन्ट बी करप्ट फर गेटिङ द्याट थिङ। त्यो सुन